Hello everyone, today we're in the actual kitchen. Woohoo! We're going to make some soup for lunch, or you can make it for dinner if you want. I'm making it for lunch, and little one is down here playing with some hot pads again. That's what happens when you dig out your apron while the baby's crawling around. She discovers that it's open. So today we are making a ramen noodle soup, which I know is not exciting, but this will be great for you college students, right? And we're using this book right here. It's 101 Things to Do with Ramen Noodle. My grandma gave this to me as a graduation present a few years back. I'm not going to tell you how many few years back, but so we're going to make an egg drop soup from this. Now, one thing about cooking with ramen noodles, we're just going to assume that we're going on a budget-friendly kind of thing, using ingredients you already have. So if a recipe tells you to use something and you don't have it, don't worry about it. Just substitute with whatever you think is closest or leave it out entirely. Except when you're dealing with spices, don't leave it out. Kind of ruins the flavor for you there. But if you don't have, like, for instance, I don't have bell peppers, so I'm going to use a tomato. I don't have onion, so I'm going to use some onion powder. I don't have a habit of buying onions. So we're going to go ahead and do this. My water is boiling right now. Just boil your water. Don't add your noodles or anything to it yet. Okay? So we're going to make an egg drop soup. So while we are waiting on that water to boil, we're going to crack a couple eggs into a bowl. See if I can do this one-handed. Or not. I'll use my support myself here. Okay. One. Other pocket. What's Mama doing? So just get those in. Grab a fork and whisk it together. You want them well blended. So just like you're making scrambled eggs, but instead of, like me, don't add milk or cheese like you might do for breakfast for your scrambled eggs. That's how I do mine. So, pro tip, add American cheese and milk to your scrambled eggs in the breakfast. It's really fluffy and creamy and good. Two recipes for the watching of one, right? Okay, so that's ready. Our water is at a nice boil. We're going to turn down the temp just a little bit. I had it on 5, which is medium. I'm turning it down to about 2.5. We're going to go ahead and chop up this tomato. Let me grab a knife. It helps when you come prepared, right? Alright, so I'm going to chop up a tomato. And I am sorry that this is not in front of the camera. It's a little tight for space up here. So, right now I am coring the tomato. So, nicely cored. Now you just have to slice it and dice it. And since we're feeding this to a baby, we want small pieces. Okay, so you got nice chopped up tomatoes here, or pepper and onion. They want you to use about 1/4 cup, so just judge it by your own. This is 1 tomato. It's probably a little bit over 1/4 cup, but again, I'm leaving out a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape this in. I'm actually going to turn this up a little higher. I think maybe level 4, so right between. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to add that yet. Open your noodles. Sorry if you already added it. It won't hurt you. So, opening up this pack. Okay, just take the seasoning packet out of there and go ahead and add that. Just the whole thing. And spoon. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring that up to 5. We want it to be boiling, and I turned it down a little too far now. Usually when I make ramen, I don't bother making it extra. I just boil a kettle full of water and add it to a bowl and put another plate on top, and it cooks it that way. But today I'm trying something different, so we'll do that. Okay, so now we just have the seasoning packet, then the eggs and the vegetables. So I'm going to cut up a few more vegetables here. I do have plenty of celery, so I'm going to cut those up real quick. Okay, moving the angle down so you can actually see more of the stove instead of just the top. Even though that's quite the glare right there, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Well, maybe I should go up a little higher, huh? Is that better? Okay. Okay, so water's boiling nicely. Our packet has dissolved. I'm going to go ahead and add some onion powder, just because I don't have actual onions, but add your vegetables after your eggs. So I'm just going to add a bit of that. Mix that in. Now we're going to add our eggs. I have never made a soup with eggs. This is going to be really interesting. Okay. Okay, that looks right. Kind of stringy looking. Okay. Now you're going to add your vegetables to it. Here's 1 full tomato and then 2 stalks of celery. So it's a little more than 1/4 cup each, but I like my veggies. I kind of want a heartier soup, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. Stir it in. Eggs are starting to look nice and cooked. Oh. Drop the celery. Actually really pretty and colorful. So once your eggs are cooked, they look done, you're going to turn it down to a simmer for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to make sure they're done. Yeah, that didn't take long at all. I see why they have you leave it at a boil. Okay, we're going to turn it down to a simmer, so that's about level 2. I'm going to do 2.5 like I did earlier. I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. You don't need to hover here too much. You can just let it sit, check on it every now and then, so make sure it's not burning. And we'll be back in 5 minutes. Gwen wanted to say hi while we're waiting. We still got 2 minutes left, so say hi. Hi. Okay, our timer's up. Looks good. Let's make sure our celery is tender enough. Just kind of squish it against the side here. You don't need that. Okay, it looks good. So what you're going to do is you're going to add your noodles next. If you don't want to add noodles, you don't have to, but this is a ramen noodle recipe, so we're going to. So normally, because I'm weird, I just add the whole pack, long noodles and all, because I think it's fun. But since she's going to be eating some of this too, I'm going to go ahead and break this up. Since it's already open, I'm just clamping the top open end as tight as I can, and I'm going to slam it against the counter. So barbaric way of doing this, but here we go. Broken? Oh yeah, we're broken. Okay. And then just pour it right in. Just like that. And we're going to mix it in. Make sure everything's hitting the water. And just wait till it's done, guys. It'll be ready to go and you'll have some lovely egg drop soup. So we will see you next week. Say bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. I'll have a picture at the end for everybody. Have a good one.